in a land torn by war. 3 young sisters lived in a small house on the edge of the city. The eldest was Salma, who was 12 years old, her sisters. Lion was 10 and Noor was only 7. Their father worked as a carpenter and their mother grew vegetables behind the house to feed the family. But the war came suddenly and destroyed everything. The sky filled with planes and bombs. One night a missile exploded near their home and nothing was left but rubble. In the morning, Salma woke to the screams of her sisters. She found herself under the wreckage of their home. She searched for her parents, but they were nowhere to be found. She heard distant cries and saw neighbors trying to save whoever was left. But her parents never moved. The shock was unbearable, but she knew she had to be strong. That moment began the difficult journey for the 3 sisters alone, with no mother or father, no food, no water, and no shelter to protect them from the harsh winter. The wind bit their faces as they sat between the broken walls, for anything edible or drinkable. Salma would go to the edge of the village every morning, hoping to find leftover bread or a kind soul. Sometimes she brought back a single potato or a piece of old bread, and sometimes she returned empty-handed with tears in her eyes. Layan would try to make Noor laugh. Despite the hunger and cold, Noor always asked, "When will Mommy come back?" Salma would say, "We will see her in our dreams, just close your eyes and smile." Weeks went by, and they faced death every day from cold, hunger, and the fear of bombs that never slept. One night, a stranger approached them. He carried a thick coat and a piece of bread. He said, "I don't have much, but I can't leave you like this." He gave them food and a blanket, then walked away. That night was the first time they felt warmth in many days. They thanked God for that mercy which gave them the strength to carry. On the next morning, Salma decided to find a safe place for her sisters. She had heard about a school that had not been bombed yet, where refugee children and kind teachers stayed. She carried Noor on her back, held Layan's hand, and walked toward hope. They crossed broken roads, empty villages, and muddy fields. They did not stop despite the exhaustion, because a small light was growing in their eyes. When they reached the school, the gates were closed. But a teacher saw them from the window and rushed to open the door. She welcomed them with warmth and offered food, water, and warm clothes. For the first time in a long time, they felt safe. Salma helped clean the school. Layan began learning the alphabet, and Noor drew in small notebooks pictures of their mother and father. The teacher said these drawings are messages to the sky. Months passed and smiles returned to their faces. They still felt the pain of losing their parents, but hope now lived in their hearts. Salma taught younger children how to make toys from old cloth and sang songs her mother once sang. One day, a car from a humanitarian organization arrived, looking for children who had lost their families. They wrote down the names of the 3 sisters and promised to find them a new home, a stable school, and a better future. As the car left, Salma held her sister's hands and said, "We didn't choose to lose our parents, but we can choose to keep going and help others, just like some helped us." Years later, Salma became a strong young woman working at a center to help displaced children.
Layan became a teacher who loved her students and wrote stories of hope.
And Noor became an artist painting pictures displayed in galleries around the world, sharing the story of 3 sisters whose pain turned into light. And through them, the world learned that even the cruelest wars cannot erase love, nor extinguish the light of siblinghood, and that from every ash a new hope can rise.